Who is Jesus of Nazareth? The single most important question you'll ever ask yourself. Jesus asked his disciples the exact same question. In Matthew chapter 16, he asked, "Who do people say I am?" Some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah or a prophet. Then he asked again, "Who do you say I am?" Peter replied, "You are the Christ, Son of the living God." See, Christ is and always will be God. In John it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word is God, and that all things were created through Him and by Him." The Bible is a story about a relationship between God and man and the promised coming of the Messiah, Jesus. See, in the Old Testament, God establishes a covenant with His people and gives them the law. But man, being incapable of perfection, needed a Savior. And Jesus is the fulfillment of that promise. Fast forward to the first century, we see this fulfillment come to life. God sends His only Son to be born of a Virgin Mary, fully God but yet fully man. And as we read the Gospel, we see how Jesus establishes His ministry here on earth. He starts with the 12 disciples and will change the world. He travels from town to town, revealing His power, healing the sick and performing miracles, teaching and training up His people to establish His church here on earth. Ultimately, He would establish a new covenant with His people through His death on the cross. See, He came, lived, and died for us, becoming the ultimate sacrifice for man, to set up a means of salvation, a means that we are incapable of doing on our own. That's the gospel message. See, Jesus of Nazareth is God, not a distant God, far removed from humanity, but a God who came to the earth, lived and dwelt among us, and died on a cross. And on the third day, rose from the grave, defeated death, so that through Him you may be saved. That's the gospel, the good news, that Jesus lived and died for you, so that whoever believes in Him will be saved. So who is Jesus of Nazareth? He is God, King of kings and Lord of lords and Savior of the world. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, the light. No one comes to the Father except through me." Jesus is not a way to salvation. He is the way to salvation. Christ, Son of the living God. That's Jesus.